Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a newly acquired car. Now these videos do tend to take about 8 to 10 minutes long, sometimes a bit longer. Look, I'm not trying to bore anybody, I'm just trying to be as informative as possible, so I'm going to briefly walk around the car and then give you a more detailed view very shortly. Now we're super excited to present you this car. This is a really rare one. You won't find too many of these around, especially with the way this car has been looked after. This is our Renault Megane. It's our 2011 Renault Megane. It's our 1.9 130 horsepower GT line TomTom. So it's got navigation. So quite a rare car. You won't find too many of these around. Okay, now the reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We tell you exactly how it is. You know, even though this car is it's now 7 years of age, it has covered 92,000 miles, so it's not going to be a brand new car. There will be a few little chips here and there, and I just want to point them all out to you. So whether you're 3 miles away or 300 miles away, when you come to inspect the car, it should be as I've described. Now, we are all human. I don't miss anything intentionally, but I'll try and point everything out as I possibly see on the car. Now, the reason I've held the camera on the number plate is please feel free to do any checks that you need to do on the car in terms of MOT checks. It has just recently passed its MOT. The only advisory I think that was on there was something to do with a insecure rear view mirror. It was just a little bit shaky. But that has now gone back to Renault's. Believe it or not, there's a proper bonding kit that you've got to buy, and they've bonded it on for us because we had a couple of goes, but it was still moving around. Anyway, what can I tell you about the car? These cars are normally serviced every 18 to 20,000 miles every 2 years. It was serviced by the previous owner in May 2018 at a cost of over £900. I think it was about 940 in total. So it had a full service, and I think it had some brakes and some wheel bearings, etc., that type of thing, but I'll show you some of the builds shortly. You've got 2 key cards with this particular car, and the timing belt was done in 2016. Again, I'll probably show you in some of the paperwork. Okay, so we're coming up to just over 2.5 minutes now, so I'm going to start the more sort of in-depth review on the vehicle very shortly. Now, please feel free to read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine. They are all verified purchases. Everything at the moment is 5-star. We try and do our best for our customers when they're buying cars from Mopar Vehicles. We try and prep them as best as we possibly can, but it is a used car at the end of the day. There will be a few little bits and pieces, imperfections, which in fairness you wouldn't normally see in just normal pictures, hence we do these videos. So we're going to start off with the driver's side front. Now, one thing I have noticed on the car, in terms of the tyres, they are all Uni-Royal rain tyres. They're all exactly the same. They've got plenty of tread. Had 2 front ones fitted on the car recently. As you can see, plenty of tread tyres. Now on the driver's wheel, you've got a couple of little scuffs. I think they were around here. You can just pick them up. They have been touched up. We're not painting the wheels. The wheels are not that bad. They don't really need painting. Okay, hopefully you can pick that all up. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and show you a side-on view of the vehicle so you can try and pick anything up. So what I'll do is I'll move the camera really slowly, so hopefully you'll be able to pick up the reflections. Okay, hopefully you can pick all that up. Really good reflections, no dulling of paint, that type of thing. No damage, dents, God knows what else. I'll point anything out to you as I see it. You'll see the mirrors there are slightly different colour to the vehicle, but you get that on the GT line and I think on the Dynamiques as well. You've got keyless entry on the car, so a little button there. So you just don't even really need to sort of press your button getting in the car. You just have to have the keys or the key card in your pocket. And let's just do exactly the same sort of thing. Hopefully you can try and pick that all up. Good reflections there. Again, plenty of the tread on the tyres. Alloys all looking really, really good shape. Now there are a couple of little dents, tiny little dents right on this rear wing. They're about here. Okay, there's a couple of little stone chips that have been touched up. Again, if I sort of took the picture back here, you wouldn't pick any of that up. They are tiny, but I just wanted to point them out to you. And a couple of the door edges have been touched up as well. But again, it's to be expected. She has done 92,000 miles. It's not a brand new car. Right, let's just show you inside. Apologies about that bleeping in the background. That's just where the key card is in. A bit. Right, so you've got half leather interior in the car, and the half leather interior is in fantastic condition. You've got the GT line logo on the head restraints. You've got a full set of mats. Now the driver's one has got a couple of little wear marks just underneath my mats there, but the rest of them are absolutely fantastic. You've got all these neat little cubby holes underneath as well. They go like that under the floor. You got your 4 electric window switches, electric mirrors, folding mirrors. Got all your buttons on the steering wheel for your cruise control and your speed limiter. So your cruise control is all down there. You got your little joystick to control the navigation. You've got dual zone climate control, so different temperatures for the driver and the passenger. And then you've got a whole host of gizmos back here for your radio, volume, phone, etc., that type of thing. You've got automatic lights, you've got automatic wipers, you've got everything on here really. Absolutely really, really well spec these cars. Air conditioning is lovely and ice cold. Okay, let's just show you the back. This is going to overrun a little bit. We're up to 7 minutes already. Now the back seats really don't look like they've been sat in at all. They look in fantastic condition. There we go. And again, door card. There'll be pictures of the door cards. Everything's in great condition in terms of that. Rear parking sensor, you may not pick it up too well, but you've got parking sensors just there, and you've got them down at the bottom, this kind of really funky kind of skirt that they've got, like a little rear diffuser. Rear bumper looks in really good condition. Nothing really to sort of like, you know, mention about the rear bumper. Now you've got privacy glass on this car. Now you may not pick it up too well, but if I sort of zoom back here, you can see that the back windows are tinted. Need to add that to the advert actually. Again, plenty of tread on the tyres. Rear tyres have approximately got about 5mm of tread. Front ones have got about 7.5. I'm going to do the same this side as well, and just move the camera really slowly. You can try and pick up the reflections. Everything looks nice and bright. Now it is quite hard because it's a little bit cloudy today and the sun's starting to go down. You may not pick it up too well. Now there is a trolley dent in here. It's just along there. Now my dent fella is actually on holiday, and if I can get him in very shortly, when he comes back next week, I will do. But there is a tiny little trolley dent along here. It has been touched up, but I just wanted to point it out. You may just pick it up in the camera. Right, again, alloy wheels, really, really good shape. No scuffs or anything like that on these alloy wheels. That side anyway. Let's just show you inside. Again, as I mentioned, doesn't really look like the back of the car's been used that often. Let's do the front. Door card looks really good. Again, mats, good nick. It's only the driver's one that's got a little bit of wear on it. Again, you've got this really nice silver trim complementing on the dash that goes with the GT line. Okay, now we've got a book pack. We've got 2 keys, so a full book pack. We've got a spare key card, And just a couple of the invoices just to show you. There's 5 services altogether. Now this car, as I mentioned earlier, they're normally serviced every 2 years or every 18 to 20,000 miles. The car tells you. Anyway, you'll see here, there's the registration number of the car. Okay, hope you can pick that up. That was done in May 2018, and that's where it had a full service. Brake pads, discs, etc. £940. Okay, now in terms of the mileage on the car, it was at 89,000 miles when that was completed. Now what you'll probably see on there, they've got an advice: front wheel alignment requires checking. Believe it or not, what did the customer do? I can find it here somewhere. That's great. Now they went straight to Quick Fit about a week later and had the front wheel alignment all checked. Look, 16th of May 2018, had that all done. You can see the details of the car just there. Now the all important one, timing belt, supply and fit timing belt, water pump, done at 76,500 miles at a cost of £484. You can see the details there of the car itself, and then you've got various other bills below, etc., that type of thing. But I just wanted to show you the most recent of bills on the vehicle. Okay, now from memory, the timing belts on these cars, and don't let anybody else tell you any different, I'm sure it's done every 6 years or 72,000 miles. 6 years, 72,000 miles. This one was done at 76 2 years ago, so it's not due again for another 4 years. Okay, so now this alloy wheel tends to be the one that gets absolutely knackered, but it's in really good shape. There's a couple of little scuffs. I think there was one up here that's been touched up, but apart from that, all looks in good nick. Again, tyres, mentioned the front tyres have just been changed. The cars are only done 3,000 miles since they were changed. Now with any car, the worst bit about a car is normally the front end, especially when you've got dark colours, blacks, dark greys, etc., that type of thing. So again, please don't expect a brand new car when you come have a look at it. It's going to have a few little stone chips here and there, and the worst bit's going to be along the front of it or on the leading edge of the bonnet. Now there are a few little chips on the bonnet. I'm going to point them out to you. There's one about there, one about that bit there, and I think that's just come from down from the trees. So there's a chip there, there's a chip around here, one there, and 2 or 3 around here as well. In total, I counted out, I don't know, about a dozen little chips on the bonnet. Now we can touch these all up, but we tend to find with grey colour cars they do tend to show up a lot darker, so it can actually make it look a lot worse. But along the front of the car, bumper's in really good shape. Same here, a couple of little stone chips, but nothing major. And again, a few little things along that plastic leading edge. Okay, now we're over 13 minutes. Do apologise for that. You know, dealers have started doing these videos. Most of them, to be fair, are sort of like, you know, 1 or 2 minutes long, bit of music in the background, no information about the car whatsoever. So I do apologise that I might have babbled on a bit too much, but I just want to be as informative as possible. Again, when you read our reviews, it will tell you why. We are as genuine and honest as we possibly can. We don't want to lie to anybody, we'll tell you exactly how it is. So thank you again for your time. If there's anything else that you need to know about this car, please either give me a call, send me a text message, send an email, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Many thanks for your time. Bye bye.